Okay, good day po sa inyong lahat. My topic is all about sources of working capital funds. Ito po ay kadugtong nung report ni Ma'am Jocelyn Mina. Bagamat ako po ay hindi nakapag-report noon, ay nag-record po ako ng report ko para makakomply. Okay, my topic is all about sources of working capital funds. Under po ng aking i-report ay yung accruals, no, trade credit, commercial bank advances, public deposit, intercorporate deposit, and short-term ano, short-term loans. Okay. Now, before we go on dun sa mga working sources of working capital na yan, let us define first what is uh, working capital. Okay, what is working capital? It refers to the funds that a company uses for its day-to-day operations. It is essential for business to maintain sufficient working capital to cover its short-term expenses such as inventory, purchases, payroll, and overhead costs. No? Okay, alam na po naman natin na ang formula ng working capital is the current asset minus current liabilities. No? Current assets include the cash, accounts, accounts receivable, and inventory, while current liabilities include short-term obligations like accounts payable and short-term debt. Now, what is the purpose of working capital fund? Okay, the main purpose of working capital fund is very crucial for financing a company's day-to-day operations, such as um, simply paying suppliers, no, covering utility bills, and meeting other short-term financial obligations. Now, ito yung ating pinaka-topic, yung mga possible na sources of working capital. Okay, the working capital fund can be financed through a mix or of short-term debt, no, equity, and internally generated funds. Companies may also use techniques like inventory management and accounts receivable management to optimize their uh, working capital. Now, let's talk about some sources of working capital. First is the accrual funds. Now, what is accrual funds? It refers to the funds that are generated through the process of accrual accounting. Accrual accounting recognizes revenue and expenses when they are earned or incurred regularly of when the actual cash transactions takes place. In the context of working capital, accruals fund can be seen as a source of short-term siya, financing. When a company delays the payment of certain expenses or liabilities, uh, it effectively frees up cash that can be used for other working capital needs. This helps improve the company's liquidation position and provide additional funds for day-to-day operations. Halimbawa, ang company ko ay nakipag-negotiate sa aking supplier na i-extend ko yung aking terms ng payment ng aking accounts payable. No, these negotiations allows my company to hold on its cash for a longer or extended period of time. And use it for another working capital requirements. Kahit na konting panahon lang ay pwede ko siyang gamiting capital, no. Pwede ding i-delay ang recognition ng ibang mga expenses katulad ng accrued salaries or accrued taxes. It also can provide the company's temporary relief to its cash flow. Pwede mo siyang pantapal dun sa mga pwede mo pang mabili. Kailangan itong ma-manage carefully para siguraduhin ang company ay mapanatili ang magandang relasyon ng samahan, no, with the suppliers and meet its financial obligations in a timely manner. Kasi kung nagbintis ka dun sa hiningi mo extension ay masisira ka dun sa iyong supplier. Next is the trade credit. A business-to-business agreement in which a customer can purchase goods without paying cash upfront and paying the supplier at a later scheduled date. No, companies generally source raw materials and other items from suppliers on credit. No, talagang karamihan ay utang ang ginagawang basis, kumbaga pagkuha ng mga raw materials. The amount payable to these suppliers is also treated as a source of working capital. Usually, the supplier grant their buyers a credit period of siyempre 3 to 6 months, no? So they provide in a way short-term finance to the purchasing company. Uh, the availability of trade credit depends on various factors like siyempre yung buyer's reputation, yung financial position mo, then yung business volume and the degree of competition among others. However, when a business avails trade credit, it stands to lose the benefit of cash discount. Siyempre, utang na nga. Alam nga nang humingi ka pa ng discount, no? Which it would earn if they make the payment within 7 to 10 days of making the purchase. Yon. Kung inutang mo man siya, pero kung nabayaran mo naman agad, you can earn also um, a cash discount. Okay. Uh, this loss of cash discount is treated as an implicit cost of trade credit. Okay, trade credit is less formal than loan from the bank. No, though there are usually terms and conditions attached, including penalties and interest for late payments. No, trade credit is mutually beneficial arrangement. Okay, ang customer pwedeng bumili ng goods on credit at ang supplier pwede naman silang maka-attract ng mga mas maraming customer by not demanding cash upfront. No? Before accepting trade credit, no, tandaan natin, it is best to know the positive and negatives of any agreement. Now, what are the advantages of the trade credit? First is the help startup business up and running. Siyempre, kung kulang ka sa ano sa capital, no, you can get items, no, in on credit, no. Trade credit ay napakaganda sa mga new business na medyo walang kakayahang mag-raise ng funding or mag-secure ng business loans, pero kailangan magkaroon ng stock or product na ibebenta. Pero sa small business ay medyo mahirap ito, lalo na kung medyo kulang ka sa trading history, which makes obtaining trade credit difficult. Mga baguhan. Next is get a competitive edge. Okay, buying goods as required on credits gives business a competitive advantage over rival firms that may have to pay upfront. No, using trade credit now allows your business to be more flexible, adapting to market demands and seasonal variations, so that you have a constant supply of goods despite any fluctuation in your finances. Okay, using trade credit, pwede maging flexible ang business. Madaling maka-adapt ang business sa demand ng market at makasunod ang business sa mga uso or seasonal variations, so that you have a constant supply of goods kahit na kung medyo kulang ka sa finances. Next is no cash up front. Okay. Ibig sabihin, uh, wala ka naman talagang bibitawang pera. And then fuels business growth. Dahil nga sa ah, may nagpapaluwag sa iyo, nakakakuha ka ng items, at kung ano yung patok, yun yung nakukuha mo, nagiging maunlad ang iyong business, at doon na nagsisimula yung pag-unlad, no. Easy to arrange. Okay. And then increases your business reputation. Next is discount and bulk buying. Okay, siyempre kapag trade credit, bulk buying to, kasi mas maganda kung mas marami na yung kukunin mo, kasi mas marami ang magiging kita. Next advantage of trade credit for sellers ay winning new buyers, no? Sell more goods and services that improve buyers' loyalty. Okay. Next, a disadvantage of trade credit. Okay. First is hard to obtain for startup. Sa simula ay talagang maganda ang trade credit. Kumbaga ay perpekto ito sa startup. Ano? Napakalaking tulong sa nagpapatakbo ng business ang pagkakaroon ng access sa stock na walang upfront payment. However, ang trade credit is significantly harder for new business to obtain, or it may be offered on restrictive repayment terms. No? Siyempre, ang ibang supplier tinitingnan ang kakayahan ng business, lalo na kung bago ito pagdating sa kakayahang magbayad. Next is penalties and interest. While trade credit is effective free money, no, and can be repaid without interest, kapag na-miss mo ang deadline ng repayment ay pwedeng ang free money ay maging expensive debt, no, malaking utang. Most trade credit terms and conditions include penalties for late payments and interest payable on outstanding credit. Ano. Then next is legal action. Fall behind on trade credit payments and your business could face legal action na humahantong pa ito sa demandahan na nagkakaroon din ng napakalaking impact sa iyong credit rating. Kung hindi man ito mabayaran, this could result in enforcement action na pwedeng maging pambayad yung goods and assets, no, to pay outstanding bills or even insolvency proceedings. Okay, next is a negative impact on credit rating. Prompt repayment of credit is good for your business credit rating. Missed deadlines and late payments can quickly harm your rating. Magkakaroon ito ng hindi magandang impact, lalo na kung gusto mong erase ang financial katulad ng small business loans. Siyempre, kapag hindi maganda ang record mo, mas mahihirapan ka ng mangutang pa sa susunod na panahon. Ano? Next ay loss of suppliers. When faced with a poor paying buyer, no, suppliers may be tempted to cut their losses and refuse to work with your business. Pwedeng mawalan ng supplier, no? Kapag nawalan ng supplier, apektado ang buong business. Hindi mo na mamimit ang demand ng customer at siguradong mauuwi ito sa pagkasara ng negosyo. Next, the third sources of income na nga, sources of capital is the public deposit. Public deposit refers to the unsecured deposit invited by the companies from the public mainly to finance working capital needs. A company wishing to invite public deposit may an advertisement in the newspaper. Public deposits are collected directly from the public by organizations. Kaya the public, no? Interest rates on public deposits are typically higher than those on the bank deposits, no? Kahit sinong interesadong mag-deposit sa business ay pwede by completing a prescribed form. No? In exchange, ang business ay mag-i-issue ng deposit receipt or para ito ay maging proof of debt, no? Ang medium at short-term financial needs ng business ay kayang mapunuan ng public deposit, no? Ang deposits ay parehas na maganda sa nagde-deposit at sa business or organization. Sa depositors, maaari silang makatanggap ng higher interest rates na mas mataas kaysa sa bangko. At ang cost naman ng deposits para sa business or organization ay mas mahaba o mas mababa kaysa sa cost ng mangungutang sa bangko, no? Usually, ang mga company ay nag-i-invite ng additional public deposit ng hanggang 3 years, so 3 taon. Public deposits are an important source of financing for a company's short-term requirements, no? Companies typically receive public deposits for terms na ranging from 6 to 36 months. Yun lang talaga ang tagal noon. Now, what are the advantages of public deposit? Okay, first is the simple procedure. The procedure for obtaining deposits ay napakasimple lang at hindi na ito kailangan pa ng mga kung ano-anong kondisyon that are normally found in the loans agreement. Next is cost effective. The cost of the public deposit is generally lower than the cost of borrowing from banks and financial institutions. Now, obtaining public deposits is very cost effective. Hindi na kailangan ng mga companies na magbayad ng kung ano-anong commissions. And the interest paid on public deposit is lower than the interest paid on other borrowed funds. Okay, next is charge on asset. Okay, public deposits do not usually impose charge on the company's assets. No? Sa ibang loan sources ay kinakailangan pang i-collateral ang mga assets. No? Kung ano-anong assets dyan, kailangan iprenda mo yon. Then number 4 is the control. No? The company's control is not diluted. No? As depositors have no voting rights. Ano? And then, panglima is boost credit worthiness. No, public deposits are unsafe. No, isa siya sa unsafe na 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 way to deposit money. No, the company's assets can be used as a mortgage in the future. No, this boosts the company's credit worthiness. Okay, next and the last one is few legal requirements. Okay, there are fewer legal requirements for issuing and obtaining funds from a public deposit. Now, companies do not require permission from the controller of capital and are not required to be listed on any stock exchange market as is the case with shares and debentures. No, kung meron tayong advantages, meron tayong disadvantages. Now, what are the disadvantages of this public deposit? First is difficult for the new companies. Okay, it is generally difficult for new companies to raise funds through public deposit. Number 2 is unreliable sources. It is an unreliable source of finance because the public may not respond when the company requires funds. Now, deposit may not respond in a capital market collapse. No. Furthermore, the company's deposits are volatile. Next is difficulty in correction. Collecting public deposits may be difficult, especially if the deposit requires are large. Okay, next is limited amount. Due to legal constraints, no, the amount of money that can be raised through public deposit is very limited. No. The amount of public deposit cannot exceed to 25% of the shares capital and pre-reserves. No. And then number 5, not ideal for long-term financing. Siyempre, no. A company cannot depend on public deposit for long-term financing because their mutually period ranges from 6 months to 3 years lang. Hindi siya dapat magtagal. No. Number 4, intercorporate deposits. Refers to unsecured short-term loans or deposit made by a company to another company. This deposit are a form of borrowing where one company with a surplus fund lend to another company in need of funds. No? In ICD or intercorporate deposit, there are two parties involved. The borrower who received the fund, no, and the lender who provides the funds. No? Both parties are corporate entities. ICDs are short-term instruments with relative, relatively brief tenures. No? The lending company provides funds to the borrowing company for a specified period, and the borrowing company agrees to repay the principal along with interest at the end of the tenure. Now, we have types of ICDs. First is the 3 months deposit. These deposits are generally considered by the borrowers to solve problems of short-term capital. No? The annual rate of interest given to this 3 months deposit is 12%. Okay. Next is the 6 months. No? Na pagtaas ng months ay pag-iba ang interest. No? Dito naman is 6 months deposits are usually made with first-class borrowers. Sa first-class borrowers naman to. And the term for such deposit is 6 months. The annual interest rate assigned for this type of deposit is 15%. Malaki-laki, no? And then the call deposit. Call deposits are the ones which can be called back anytime with 1 day prior notice. No? The interest rate on such deposit is generally 10%. Now we have advantages of ICD. We have the immediate capital for short-term requirements. Okay. Then we have the transactions are from the bureaucratic and legal hassles. And then better than bank loans. Number 4 is help for not so credit-worthy companies as they find difficult to raise funds from other sources. And number 5 is it is unsecured borrowing, so doesn't create any change on the company's asset. Unsecured pa rin po siya. Ano? Next is the disadvantages. We have the rate of interest is higher than other short-term sources such as COD or short-term bank loans as it factors in the risk premium. Yung COD po ay certificate of deposits yan. No? And then, dalawa lang naman ang disadvantage yan. Next is it is not a reliable source as there is no formal market for it and depends mostly on intercorporate relations. It's not like in the case of bank loans, you have option of so many banks. You need to have contacts, no? Dito kasi sa intercorporate, no? Usually, nangyayari lang to kung yung isang company ay kaibigan niya, yung isang company or yung isang company ay company ng kapatid ng relatives, ano? Nangyayari lang yan doon. Kasi nga yung tiwala ng bawat isa ay dapat nandoon. Okay. Next, and the last one is the commercial banks advances. Commercial banks provide working capitals, loans based on the credit worthiness of the borrower and the nature of their business. Kung ang company ay kailangan ng punto to finance its day-to-day operations, pwedeng i-approach ang mga commercial banks for loans and advances. These loans can be used to cover expenses such as inventory purchase, payment of wages, and other operational costs. Commercial banks provide working capital loans based on the creditworthiness of the borrower and the nature of their business. The loan amounts is typically determined by factors such as the company's financial statement, cash flow projection, and collateral offered. The terms of and conditions of the loans, including interest rates and the repayment schedules, are negotiated between the bank and the borrowers. It's important to note that commercial banks advances are just one of the sources of working capital. Now, what are the advantages of commercial bank? Siyempre, isa to sa maganda, ano? Allows you to grow your business. Na ito talaga yung typical na hinihiraman ng pera. Ang bangko ang pinaka-convenient na paraan para magkaroon ng extra fund sa business. Hindi na kinakailangan pa maghintay ng mahabang panahon para makaipon, para magkapuhunan or magamit sa expansion ng iyong business. Napakadaling mag-apply. Kung ikaw ay maglo-loan, ang ibig sabihin nito ay you can put your plans into action much earlier at iti-take advantage ng kahit anumang business opportunities. Kahit na ito ay inaabot ng isang linggo, no? Or kahit na isang buwan sa pag-a-apply, pagpapa-approve na sa bangko ng loan, this is still a practical way to raise fund to grow your business. Okay, number 2, you keep full control of your company. The main advantage of the bank loan, as with any kind of small business loan, no, is the ability to get an injection to their cash flow without losing any control of your company. Kaya sa bangko, hindi mo na kailangan pang magbenta ng stock ng business mo para magkapondo. Hindi katulad ng ibang funding option like equity finance, you will be selling company stock to investor to get immediate funding, which means you will have to share out the profits while you have the investors on board. No? A small business loan is more temporary measure. No? So once you pay off the loans, you will have no more obligations to the lender. Next is yung reputation. Isa sa malaking pagkakaiba ng bangko kaysa sa ibang lending option ay ang kanilang pangalan, yung trusted name and reputation. Some small business may prefer to apply to the bank for a loan, no, because of its long-standing name and the security they think this brings, no. And number four, no interference from the bank. Hindi nanghihimasok yung mga bangko, no. One of the other advantage of bank loan is that as long as nagbabayad ka ng regular, no, hindi ka pakikialaman ng bangko or hindi sila magse-set ng restrictions na kung saan mo gagamitin ang iyong loans, ano. Siyempre, kung first time mong mag-apply sa bangko ng loan, you will need to send your business plan kasi first timer na nagsasaad doon kung paano mo gagamitin ang pondo na inutang mo sa bangko. However, once you have the funding, no, you have the flexibility to change your plans without any intervention from the bank as long as you can carry repaying the loan. Okay, number five, no, favorable interest rates. The interest rates on a small business bank loan can be more favorable than other uh, lenders, no? Especially kung ikaw ay naghahanap ng long-term funding option. Taking out bank loan will normally work out much better value than using an overdraft, credit card, or a personal loan. You will find banks a particular cost-effective option if you have an existing business with a good credit score and a good financial history. Kung talagang umuunlad ang business mo ay mas mababa yung risk na mag-a-appear sa bangko, no? And so they are more likely to approve your application and offer your attractive interest rate. Taking out a secured loan will also help you to get lower interest rates now. Isa pang magandang katangian ng bank loan ay the interest you pay on the loan repayment is tax deductible. Now, what are the disadvantages? First is strict eligibility criteria. Next is, siyempre, mahigpit sila, no? Then, lengthy application process. Medyo matagal lang talaga siya. Then, not suitable for ongoing expenses. Hindi mo siya pwedeng ipanggasto sa mga pagkakautang mo. Hindi suitable yan. Then, secured loans carry risk. Pwede kang, kung magka-problema ka man, ay, basta secured loan siya. That ends my slide. Okay, thank you very much po sa inyong pakikinig. Sana po ay may mga natutunan po kayo sa aking report. Thank you very much.